Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's been a bit since I reported in on the channel here. So what have I been up to lately? Well, the update is that I've been eating just a balanced, normal style diet since I ended the sugar fast last week. And an alteration I've made, though, is I have decreased my fats a small amount and I've increased my carbs by quite a bit. Um, I haven't actually been counting calories most days, and my weight is I'm about my lowest weight on the sugar fast was 188.8. I've been maintaining right now at like about 190, like consistently. So, in reflecting on things, I believe that I was maybe slightly under eating and maybe underhydrating as well. It was very odd because sometimes I just didn't feel thirsty, but then I would go pee and it would be like, darker yellow. Not like crazy dark, but more yellow than usual. And so I've just been eating, a more balanced diet. I'm eating eggs every day. I eat my beef a couple times a week. I have been eating chicken more often, and a couple vegetables here and there. I do spinach every morning with my eggs, and uh, Cole's got me pretty addicted to canned peaches now. Man, I love canned peaches. I used to eat the heck out of peaches when I was a kid, and so on the sugar fast, I started eating canned peaches and canned pears, and I ate some canned pineapple slices and stuff. And I'll tell you what, like it's a permanent addition to my diet now to consume canned peaches and canned pears. Now that I'm not scared of carbs anymore, you can get a can of peaches that's in the juice, and it's only like 210 calories. So I opt for when I'm doing the sugar fasting. I do plan on implementing that more. I haven't done any, but when I do sugar fasting, you want the heavy syrup, you want the higher calorie ones, cans of fruit. But if it's like a more normal day of eating, then I'm gonna want to have a little more control over the extra calories. So I'd rather eat more fruit than like just drink like a liquid um, in a can of peaches. So, anyways, yeah. So today I just made a little. I got here's there's this brand of bread called Silver. I think it's called Silver Hills, and this is sprouted. It's sprouted grain bread. These two slices actually are pretty low calorie. They're only, I think for these two, it's only 100 calories for two slices. It's like lower carb. Not that we're doing lower carb, but I just like to have absolute control, and then I fill in the carbs with like more fruit. So I got that, and then I got a half pound of 93.7 beef with I got sweet bell peppers, onions, and mushrooms in there. Various seasonings and spices. I threw in some coconut aminos. Got some, salt sprinkled on everything. But yeah, this is kind of how I normally eat, anyways. So all I did was I just started eating leaner meats and added in more carbs, and I feel a lot better. My strength in the gym has gone up, my endurance has gone up, and I will say that I've noticed that during the sugar fast, could be because I was under eating. I was eating a lot, but I might have been under eating. But I actually was weaker. I was much weaker in the gym. I had slightly less focus. And the first thing I noticed when I started eating normal again was that I had this like extra amount of energy in me. Like I can't explain it, and I really noticed it when I rode. If you do rows, like the row machine, and you go intense, there was just, you would think when you're on pure sugar that you're going to have like this immense amount of energy. Like that's not what happened though. When I eat my fats and proteins with higher carbs, I feel way more energy than when I just do, sugar fasting alone. However, I think sugar fasting is a good tool, so I do plan on implementing it maybe like a couple days a week here and there. I will say that something I didn't share before because I wanted to reflect on it more was that it's kind of funny talking about this kind of thing, but on the 7-day sugar fast, it totally killed my, let's just say it killed my libido to another level I've never experienced. I could not become interested at all. My wife, she's just like, this is not normal. And I'm like, yeah, I just have no desire. And it wasn't functioning. We'll put it that way. So I will tell people that, just to be transparent, when you're fasting, usually you're not, your testosterone as a guy is not through the roof while you're fasting. It's when you come off the fast that your testosterone goes back up once you refeed. And so it's like similar with the sugar fasting. It's not healthy long term, meaning you should not just eat carbs forever and then omit proteins and fat. That's not healthy. And that's the fact that my libido was way down and my downstairs wasn't functioning as it should is indicative of deficiency, meaning that I wasn't able to get the fats or proteins, it's most likely fats, needed, for hormone production. And so just keep that in mind going forward, that and I think temporarily, like, it's fine while you're sugar fasting, but when you do get to a healthy weight and you are exercising, you can eat fats and proteins again. Like, don't be scared of fats and proteins, because there's some extreme people out there, and I don't mean any hate to this gentleman, that Durian Rider guy. Well, I commented on one of his videos, and I essentially I was just saying that I think that sugar fasting is a good tool for people to lose weight, but that long term you need to be concerned, or you should be considerate of your fat and protein, because we need cholesterol, and your body manufactures most of the cholesterol, and so we need saturated fat. That's a necessary building block for hormones, for testosterone, for cholesterol. You need saturated fat to build cholesterol, which then goes into building testosterone and other hormones. And this guy, like, I forgot that talking to vegans sometimes is very difficult, because I don't know, I thought I would just show maybe I'll take a picture of it and then I'll like post it at the end of this. But he was just like, oh, you want your cholesterol through the roof? Like, he said something about taking testosterone, like steroids, and then said something about eating KFC chicken, and then he was kind of like mocking me or whatever. And I responded to him, and I said that no, I don't believe in eating that. I'm talking about getting cholesterol from, getting your fats from eating like eggs and healthy foods. And then my comment disappeared. So then I reposted it, and then it disappeared again. And then I reposted it a third time, and it disappeared again. So I'm like, is he deleting it? Or it's weird, because like the main comment's still there, but for some reason, I'm just coming from a biological point of view. Like, fats are necessary for life. So if you want a healthy brain, if you want healthy joints, if you want healthy testosterone levels, you do need to consume fats. But the sugar fasting thing, sugar diet, I don't subscribe. Like Cole says, the sugar diet thing like isn't necessarily what he's talking about. And I agree. Like, I think sugar fasting is cool, and then when you're not sugar fasting, you eat more balanced. You get your fats in. So I think short term omission of things is fine, because I used to do water fasting and dry fasting, and that's omission of everything. So anyways, I'm gonna eat my meal. I just wanted to check in and share with you guys. I want to hear people's progress. My strength has been going up in the gym. I've been feeling a lot better. My physique is dialing in a little bit better, and I need to decide what direction I want to go, because my wife keeps telling me she likes me as I am right now. So I don't want to, personally, I think I want to lose maybe 5-10 more pounds tops of fat, and but I also want to make sure my wife's happy. Happy wife, happy life, right? So anyways, bon appetit. See y'all later. Bye.